What if you could actually draw a graph of your own consciousness? I know, it sounds a little out there, right? How could you possibly take the most personal, subjective thing in the universe, your awareness of being alive, and plot it out with math? Well, that's the wild thought experiment we're going to dive in today. So let's just ask it straight up. What is the mathematical shape of your existence? I mean, seriously. Imagine a chart where one axis is time and the other is how certain you are that you exist. Let's see if we can actually build that chart, starting right now. Now, the classic place to start is, of course, Descartes. I think, therefore I am. It's a brilliant, world-changing idea, but it's all about the process of thought. For our graph, we need something a little more immediate, more direct, so we're going to use this instead. I am aware of this presence, therefore I am. See the difference? This isn't about the act of thinking. It's about the raw, undeniable data of your awareness in this exact moment. Okay, so let's begin with the one single data point we can be 100% sure of: the now. In the entire history of the universe, your awareness of this specific moment is the only thing you can verify with absolute certainty. So how in the world do we draw that on our graph? Well, in math, there's actually a perfect tool for this. It's called the Kronecker delta function. Just imagine a line that's completely flat at zero for all of time, the past, the future, everything. But at one single, infinitely small point, the now, it shoots straight up to 1. That 1 is 100% certainty. It's a perfect, razor-sharp, but totally isolated pinprick of existence. But there's a problem. That perfect little spike is great, but the actual act of realizing you exist, that thought, hey, I'm aware, it's not instant. It's a physical thing, right? It's a cascade of neurons firing off in your brain. And any process, no matter how fast, takes time. And that one little fact changes the entire shape of our graph. So, this moves our whole model from being just a single point in time to being a continuous process. Our graph of existence can't just be a spike, it has to have some duration, some, you might call it temporal thickness, which means we need a whole new shape to represent it. So, that sharp spike of certainty gets kind of smeared out over time. And the perfect shape for that? It's the Gaussian distribution, which you probably know as the bell curve. The peak is still right there at 1, in the now, but it slopes down gracefully into the moments just before and just after. This curve, this bell, represents the full duration of a single conscious thought. Our existence finally has a shape. But let's be honest, our experience of time isn't perfectly symmetrical, is it? We have a lot more hard evidence about our past than we do about our future. And what this means is our perfect little bell curve, it isn't so perfect. It gets skewed, it gets pulled and stretched by the evidence we collect. First, let's talk about the pull of the past. You have memories, right? You're pretty certain you existed 5 minutes ago. You're still pretty darn sure you existed yesterday or last year. This huge pile of evidence from your memory gives your existence curve this long trailing tail that stretches way back in time. Okay, so what about the future? Well, your certainty here is based on a whole different kind of evidence. It's about probability. It's based on your health, your age, the stability of the world around you. All that evidence lets you project your existence forward, creating this other tail that stretches out ahead of you. It's a shape built on hope and reasonable expectation. Okay, so now we have this amazing, lopsided curve that represents our existence through time. And this is where it gets really, really cool. We can actually start to measure it. Let's start by looking at the total area under that curve that's sitting in the past. This model gives us something incredible, a mathematical definition for gratitude. It's the total area under your existence curve for all of time before now. Just think about that. That area represents the sum total of every single moment, every experience, every breath that acted as evidence to build you up to this one single peak of now. Gratitude isn't just a feeling anymore. It's the quantifiable measure of your entire history. So, it's only natural to ask, if we can measure the past, what about the future? What does the area under the curve on the other side of now represent? That area is responsibility. It's the active, conscious effort you make to maximize your existence into the future. It's all the work you do, staying healthy, making plans, contributing to a stable world. All of it is designed to make sure that curve extends as far forward as possible. It is the mathematical imperative for the sustainability of your own consciousness. And this brings us to the final, mind-blowing piece of the puzzle. Your curve, it isn't just floating out there by itself. It's one link in a massive chain. Behind you are the existence curves of your parents and their parents and so on. And stretching into the future are the potential curves of your descendants. You are the bridge. But look closely at the peaks on this graph. There's a huge difference. Your own existence, right here, right now, is a deductive certainty. You experience it directly. You know it. But the existence of your great-grandmother or future grandchild, that's an inference. It's based on evidence, on historical records, on biological probability. Their certainty, for you, can never quite reach one. In this moment, you are the only one in your entire chain of being with a peak certainty of exactly one. And that leads to the ultimate conclusion here. Responsibility isn't just some nice moral idea. In this model, it becomes a mathematical requirement. Your curve is eventually going to fade to zero. That's a given. So the only way to ensure consciousness itself continues is to do the work necessary for the next curve, the next person, to rise up and reach their own peak of one. So, there we have it, a shape for our existence, a curve that's born from a single moment of absolute certainty, stretched backward by the evidence of memory, and pulled forward by the potential of the future. The area behind us is gratitude, the area ahead, responsibility. So the only question left is the one that really matters. Knowing this is your curve, what are you doing right now to shape it?